And now, his view, an editorial opinion by Bill Martin.
Does anybody need any further evidence that Donald Trump is a dictator? And he has only just begun. The latest proof is his reversal of pardons that were handed out by former President Joe Biden. Not only did Trump come into office with a bunch of pardons of his own, but now he wants to negate the pardons of his outgoing predecessor. Now, I am not really a fan of this pardoning process, but it is becoming more clear that it may have been intended as protection, as the possibility of a nasty and vindictive president, though I'm sure the authors of the Constitution never expected anything like what the United States is facing today. The pardon idea gives the president the final authority to forgive. It is like the movies where a convict on death row waits in hope that the state governor will grant an appeal or an all-out pardon. In this case, the president has even greater powers. We aren't talking about a single case here and another case there. We're talking about mass pardons here, there, and everywhere. Most presidents grant a pardon on cases where there's concern for injustice, usually with many people asking and supporting the forgiveness. But this recent round of so-called kindness took a new twist with the arrival of Trump. No, not this time. I'm talking about his first term in office. Any logically thinking person, and apparently in the U.S. that is just slightly less than 50%, any logically thinking people would have recognized that Trump's idea of a pardon was to let his allies off the hook. With that, Joe Biden did something I don't think any president has done before. He issued some preemptive pardons. That is, he exempted some people who were under scrutiny, but who had not yet been found guilty. In effect, he foresaw a President Trump, one who might get nasty with people, and he would kind of pardon them in advance. That might have been a stretch then, but that's exactly what Trump had in mind. And now he has upped the ante by declaring that all of Biden's pardons are null and void. This is yet another first for dictator Trump. It is one thing to maliciously hunt down people he does not like, but quite another to think that he can wipe out history with an executive order. Of course, the courts, including the Supreme Court, will have something to say about it. And that reminds me, we have heard a lot about Trump's sweeping pen, ordering this, that, and everything in his ongoing fascist swoop of arrest, deportations, and incarceration of immigrants, minorities, and others in weakened positions. But what we hear very little of is the mounting legal opposition. The number of federal judges who have stayed those executive orders and in turn ordered police to stop or even reverse their actions. Of course, opposition from individual federal judges will no doubt eventually come before the all-powerful Supreme Court and the all-powerful judges that Trump appointed there during his first tour in the White House. And that brings me back to my opening question. Does anybody need any further evidence that Donald Trump is a dictator? To borrow a phrase from the Bible, I think the handwriting is on the wall. And brace yourself. He has only just begun. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.